What up, though, family? For those of you who don't know me, my name is Tree. But if you have been following my YouTube channel recently, you know I've been making short documentaries about Web3, technology, and the NFT space. I have previously spoke about the connection between how music, NFTs, Web3, and technology all come together. Now, just recently, I got the chance to attend the NAMM convention for the first time. So in this documentary, I want to continue to shine light on how the world of music, art, technology, and culture align, and will continue to cross paths as we enter into the music space. One of the main highlights for me from the convention was the Tech with Soul panel. Now, this panel was moderated by Mike Johns, founder of Digital Mindstate, a millennial-focused creative marketing and consultancy agency. He was joined by a host of artists and esteemed guests, including Brijan, Big Bang Bandz, Zoom International DJ, Barry Boo, and Old School Ice Cream, whom some of us may have seen in the Kanye West Netflix documentary, Genius.
I got a virtual voice. It's you type in the lyrics and you put the MIDI on where you want it to sing at, and it spits out a voice. And then I treat it like a normal vocal, chop it up, write songs and everything like that. That's what I'm doing.
That's dope. So you can use other people's voices, or?
It is possible. There are engines made to use other people's voices. However, I'm using one that's made somebody professionally recorded in to make their voice a vocal. It's called Vocaloid. Okay, made by Yamaha.
Barry, what is your thoughts on machines being able to create music? You thought that was Craig. Everybody's going to be on their 10 toes, including Banks.
Machines being able to create music?
Yeah, what do you think about machines, robots, being able to create music? Is that science fiction or is that science now?
They gonna have it. There's no emotion with that. I feel like you can program anything, but the human emotion is something that is priceless. It's something that you can't duplicate. You can't imitate. So I understand it's the way of the world and how technology and where it's going, but I'm probably gonna be like Will Smith in iRobot, and it gotta come from in here and within, and. Yeah, that's how I feel about it. But, yeah.
Interesting. So, I guess in answering the questions, can robots create music? You're saying no?
They can, because you can program a robot to do that. But what do I prefer? I prefer it coming from a human. Okay. For sure.
What up, dope people? My name is Ladero Johnson, professionally known as SaxAppeal. I am from Detroit, Michigan. Detroit born and bred. I'm a saxophonist, producer, educator, small business owner. I try and do it all, man. Photographer, videographer, the whole nine. That's what I do. And music is my life, it's my passion. I would rather do nothing else on this earth but this right here.
Does music need emotion?
Yes, it's a feeling.
Because literally songs will, take you back to a moment, a time, a space, you know what I mean? You might hear something and it literally takes you back to a moment, a heartbreak, whatever it is, a good time, a kickback, a part, it takes you somewhere, or even a moment in your life, where you heard this song and you resonated with it, it will take you back. So I personally feel like music definitely has to, have some type of emotion and some type of meaning to it, because that's what it means to me.
Hi, I'm Mark Wood. I am the owner of Wood Violins. It's my company. We've been building electric violins for 30 years. I invented the first electric violin when I was 12 years old in the late 60s. And I started building a 5-string, a 6-string, and I've now built 7-string Vipers, which is this instrument right here. This is my instrument. I built this for the first one I ever built. You know what fuels invention is creativity in music. For me, I would go see these great guitar players, Eddie Van Halen, Jimmy Page, And I was like, I need to build a solid body violin and compete with the great guitar players. So I developed an instrument that floats on my body so that I don't have to hold it up traditionally with a chin rest. So the instrument floats so I don't have this going on. And that was a turning point for me, and I own the patent on this instrument being held up. So the entire world shifted, and remember, in our world, the string world, it's been around for 400 years with no innovation. Violins that were built 300 years ago are worth tens of millions of dollars. So that world has never changed until I came along, and I disrupted the whole thing and irritated and annoyed our classical heritage. But Beethoven and all the great composers love innovation, so I'm just following the composers.
Now, the relationship between music and technology has been a long relationship, especially if you look at instruments as being a form of technology in itself. Now, this is a question to the audience. As much as we all appreciate technology, do you think that robots will eventually become better musicians than humans? Or do you feel like a robot could ever make relatable music that you personally will become a fan of? Why or why not? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this in the comments, because the more we get into a world of NFTs, Web3, AI, and other forms of technology, I think these questions will become more and more relevant as time goes on.
The new Kendrick Lamar video, yeah, it has the deep fakes in there. The face is morphing, you saw the different. I'm kind of curious, what do you think about that, and how does that raise the, you with Kanye, where do you look at that in raising the bar of creativity? Because that's at the hands of technology right there.
Yeah, that was like kind of in the spirit that you said, Brother Bandz over there raised the bar with the robot and took it past what Will Smith or Katy Perry did.
Right.
I look at what Kendrick did. He took it past what Michael Jackson did in was it Black and White, I think, the video? And he had the morph. That was morphine was a big deal then.
Right.
And this is a little bit harder than morphine that's being used now. This is definitely AI and all of that. Yeah, it's deep. So I think it's amazing because everything to me, because I come from the golden era where creativity was a king. And to see Kendrick push the envelope like that, I was so excited looking at that. And then I saw like he kind of changed it to my man, and it was like, whoa, like, you know what I mean? And it's funny,
Kanye.
like, yeah, I can appreciate all of that, but when you actually know the person for real, I was like, oh damn, like he turned into Ye, like that's crazy.
Game world, basically an interactive space that we put is this platform we call Scenez. This area, it can be super, futuristic looking, or it can be super realistic. It doesn't always have to be like a cartoony looking avatar. If you look here, we have all these different types of exciting experiences you can do. Beyond the VR experience, which is what everybody knows right now and they have accessibility to, is get this $200, $300 device, you can get into VR. The next level is glass, kind of like what Apple's about to release or Magic Leap has released. You put these glasses on, we can take all of these assets, these people that are recorded, and actually place them here in space with us. So they can perform live in a live environment that we're living in. So they're all of our assets are ready for the future.
You're raising the bar. You've had the chance to work with Hanson Robotics robot, Sophia the robot. And you have to be probably the first artist to actually, did you rap to the robot, or did you shoot your shot at the robot, or from the videos and the scenes, it looked like you was hollering at her.
Yeah, so a little bit of all that, Mike. You know what I'm saying? I was doing a little bit of all that with artificial intelligence. But no, I made a special song specifically for Sophia the robot. I was able to perform it for her, you know what I'm saying, personally. Out here in LA, actually, I performed it for her. She liked it. I was able to talk to her, flirt with her, whatever, you know what I'm saying, take pictures and just let her know, you know what I'm saying, I was the first artist to ever, rap artist to ever rap to her, you know what I'm saying. Will Smith had a little talk with her. He was flirting with her, whatever, but he didn't rap to her, no.
Zoom is also at the forefront in the NFT space, repping with her artwork. also doing consultant for, I believe, Anthony Hamilton, among others, and ushering them into the world of Web 3.0, particularly the focus around NFTs. So I got to give a big shout out to her, really support her in what she's doing in her mixtapes, bringing the art and music. Tell them a little bit more.
So I've pretty much got into the NFT space about a year ago, about a year and a half. And from there, kind of just sunk into trying to figure that out. And at the end of the day, ended up learning a lot from these Twitter spaces and Clubhouse, of course, being such an influential tool. And then people, if you are in the Web3 space, you know Eric Spiv, he's your conduit on Twitter. He's also been somebody who's been, sharing knowledge his knowledge with me.
My ears were ringing in seconds. I don't know, just.
Come on. You in this room?
Yeah.
Hey! Look! I gave you a shout out in my panel.
See, I just heard that, and I was like, my ears were ringing from outstairs. I was like, where is it? Where are they? Who said it?
This guy.
Yeah.
What you gonna be speaking on as well?
Artist strategy and new ways of marketing yourself in the Web3 world. You know, a lot of artists. Building castles on other people's land and sand is never a good thing. So just trying to get people away from centralized platforms and places that you don't have actual ownership of your data or your IP or your photos or your videos or your music or anything like that, and taking a step back and a step outside of ourselves and really finding out how to build your own grassroots ecosystem, because that's what it is. Community building, ecosystems, ownership, self-sovereignty, a lot of things. It's a lot.
It most definitely is a lot to take in and a lot to get used to. But in reality, none of this moves without me and you. We are deciding our future every day. What we choose as the majority will dictate how technology, NFTs, Web3, art, animation, and music will continue to mature and align in different capacities. Attending NAMM was a great experience. I even ran into some old friends. My boy Andrew of Monhound Mics, who actually mixed and mastered a couple records for me, was there showing off his new Prince-inspired mic, Royalty, which is not only a beautiful mic, but it's also made with 14 karat gold. I ran into musicians from my hometown, Detroit, who ended up actually being related to some of my childhood friends. I got a chance to speak with a lot of different musicians about their passion for music and their plans to use technology to get that music heard. The vibration of life can be found in all that we do. Now, it's truly mind-blowing to see what humans can accomplish when we put our vibrations together. Now, this is one of the reasons why a good band can penetrate the spirit and touch the soul. Now, I don't think I'll be able to forgive myself if I didn't share more music from my experience at NAMM. Candace Springs showed up with an all-girl band, took us on a beautiful ride, and blew us away.
Y'all ready for this?
Now, y'all know it just wouldn't be right if I didn't share a little bit of this soul with y'all. Now, crazy enough, this whole time we thought we was waiting on a performance from Tank. Then they announced another act, the Preservation Hall Jazz Band out of New Orleans. Now, my father is a fan of jazz, and I've always respected it, but this band raised the bar for me. Not only did they make me want to incorporate jazz into my own sound, they took me back to my roots and a love that I almost forgot was even there. Now that message right there was not only what I needed, but I can tell from the feeling that came over the entire audience that it was exactly what we all needed to hear. They truly inspired me. So if by some chance, if any of the group members see this documentary and you're in need of a videographer, do not hesitate to reach out. So like I mentioned before, we thought we were waiting on a performance from Tank. And even though the host had made mention of Tank and the Bangas, we just assumed that, oh, Tank must have got himself a band or something. But come to find out, we were completely wrong. But we're pleasantly surprised when Tank and the Bangas finally pulled up.
Ben, you're an early supporter of Tank and the Bangas. Why don't you talk about, because you guys are so important to the culture of New Orleans and keeping that tradition alive. And we're building on that, and Tank and them are taking it to the future. Talk about the importance of that.
That means everything. That's New Orleans right there. You just said it all, you know, and what I get to do and what you get to do and what these very talented musicians get to do.
While I would love to share the rest of the Tank and the Bangas set along with the others, I don't want any legal problems with anyone either. So for anyone who would like access to the rest of the exclusive footage from NAMM, I've created a Patreon account where I'm able to share exclusive content, detailed tutorials on art, animation, as well as just to support me on my journey to become an independent artist and help me to bring you more content like this on a regular basis. So I hope you all enjoy watching this as much as I enjoy putting it together for you. Now this weekend I'll be headed out to the Anime Expo and possibly Comic-Con, which I plan to document as well. So if you have any questions or information you'd like me to find out, let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching, and until next time, stay positive, keep focused, and stay driven.